Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Joe, Your Cooking Guide. Today I have a really awesome appetizer recipe for you that is going to be great for your next party and guaranteed to be a huge hit with your guests. It's a bacon and jalapeno beignet with a pimento lime dipping sauce. If you enjoy this recipe, please be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell for upcoming videos. So hang out with me for a bit and let's have some fun. All right, so we're going to start browning our bacon. So we have about 1 cup of bacon that is finely diced. And we just want to move that around and let some of that fat start to render out. And that's going to take about anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes. All right, so we'll just kind of keep that moving around there. So after about 6-7 minutes, you see that our bacon has released a lot of its fat. It's become really crispy. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move this off to the side and we're going to start to assemble our batter for the beignets. So in the bowl, we have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We have 1.5 cups of cornmeal, and this is a medium ground cornmeal. And to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of baking powder. We're going to add 1 teaspoon each of cumin, thyme, oregano, and paprika. And then we also want to add about 1 tablespoon of salt. And I'm using a little kosher salt and some fresh cracked pepper. I would say that's a good teaspoon. And then we have 1 jalapeno that we diced really fine and seeded. And then we have 1/2 red pepper, again, cut very fine and just diced really small. And then we have 3 cloves of chopped garlic, 1/2 of a red onion, and then we have about 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And what we're going to do is we're just going to mix all of those items together. Get the flour and the cornmeal combined really well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in 2 eggs. And then I have about 2 cups of milk, right? But I'm not going to add it all in just yet, right? So that's about a good 1.5 cups. So we add that in, and then what we're going to do is just start to kind of fold this together, all right? And that's looking pretty good, all right? So just combine that, and I can tell that we're going to definitely need a little bit more milk. So we're going to add the rest in, and that's a full 2 cups of milk, right? So we're just going to let that sit, and then our final ingredient is that crispy bacon, right? So it's the bacon and then some of the fat that had rendered off. We definitely want to include that, but just that crispy bacon in there is just going to make these absolutely amazing and give it a little texture when you bite into it, right? So we're going to let that kind of chill out for a little bit. All right, so now we're going to move into our sauce. So in the bowl here, I have half a cup of mayo. And then we're going to add in about the same amount, about 1/2 cup of sour cream. And you can use yogurt if you wanted to. Definitely a great substitute. And then a juice of 1 lime. Okay. A little bit of salt, about a teaspoon or so. Some medium ground black pepper. Then I'm going to add in a little garlic powder, and this is about, I would say about 1/2 teaspoon. Green onions. This is 2 green onions that I just sliced pretty thin. And then this is 2 tablespoons of some chopped pimentos. And then our final ingredient, a little bit of chopped cilantro. So we're just going to take all that and just mix it together. All right, so now we're going to start frying our beignets. So our oil is at about 340, 350 degrees. And now what we're going to do is I'm using a small little ice cream scoop. And what we're going to do is just drop those very carefully into the oil. And I'll probably add about 5 or 6 in the oil, because you don't want to add too many, because then what that does, it's going to drop the temperature of the oil. And I'm also going to show you, if you don't have a small ice cream scoop, you can use 2 spoons, right? And all you want to do is scoop up a little bit of the batter, and then you'll take your other spoon and just push it off, right? There you go. And these don't have to be perfectly shaped. I think kind of the beauty of them is that they're all kind of have their own little identity, and they're all oddly shaped. And you see, as soon as they hit that oil, they start to kind of really explode a little bit and almost double or triple in size. And that's that baking powder activating, right? And I think we can add maybe 1 more in there. Here we go. We're going to let these go, you know, for about 3 to 4 minutes, or until they start getting a really nice golden brown. And I really like to start the temperature of the oil a little bit lower, so 340, you know, 330 would be ideal, because you really want you want it to cook all the way through the beignet, not just brown the outside. And because this is a thicker batter, the lower temperature on the oil is really going to help to penetrate all the way through these beignets. Right, so we're going to let those go for about another minute or 2, and then we'll come back and check them out. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and I finished frying off the remainder of the beignets. And as I took them out of the oil, I put them on a pan with a little bit of paper towel just to absorb some of that oil. And you see that recipe gave us about 2 dozen beignets. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this beignet recipe with the pimento lime dipping sauce. If you did, please be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell for my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.